We have evidently won the infowar. Alex Jones and Harry Vox and all the others have sufficiently alerted the public. Millions of people are now demonstrating and protesting. What we once just knew amongst ourselves is becoming common knowledge. We're winning the hearts and minds, basically. So rather than go on, well, basically what's happened is I think the globalists they've been defeated, they've lost. And this will all go into the wargaming machines, and out will come a different set of responses in the future. Rather than go on batting away at an enemy that's no longer in front of us, we have to take stock. They have given up. There's no more lockdown in England anyway. They've stopped shouting and roaring about the vax. So basically, that whole narrative, the COVID narrative, is collapsing. We shouldn't just keep on thrashing a horse that's already bolting. So I think since it is at least a victory on the way to the main effort, I think we should present our demands. I'm speaking on behalf of all truthers everywhere, known and unknown, formal and informal. And we should present our demands like this. I'm doing it right now to the globalists and the lizard people, who are the ones ultimately who've been doing all this to us, not just this last century but for many centuries, and the gods. So I think the lockdown should all be lifted all over the world, but especially in Australia and Canada, which are just, they're Nazi death camps. That's what they are, the whole country. They're caught, they've lost their narrative. So I've got 4 demands. My first one is that lockdown should be lifted. No COVID passports, all that information on them should be inserted or applied. We don't need all that. That's just all to tag the cat all ready for slaughter. And stop the vaccine. Just stop it. And you've lost. Give it up. That's my first demand. My second demand: all blacks and Islamics, all immigration must be stopped. It's a weapon of war, and now we know this. The aim was white genocide. They all came here to do just that. They are deeply negative, and I think they should all be returned to Africa. And I think that's not just true in Britain, that's true everywhere they are. You all go back to Africa. Africa is their house. That's theirs. My third demand is that the powers that should not be can just stop messing about with Russia. Russia has played the man. Under intense repeated provocation, they've held firm. They haven't instantly launched and got all hysterical, which is what the Americans would have done. The enemy is China. It's communist China. Not the Chinese people. I'm talking about the Communist Party. As communists always are, total empire builders and slavers and monsters and soulless freaks. So there's a coalition between China and traitor Israel. Wherever they go, those people are traitors. They've only got one loyalty, that's to their black magic types themselves. So stop pushing on Russia, who can and will lash out. We don't want that. It's sad to come so far and then ending a nuclear war, basically because a bunch of Greenwich peds don't want to be caught. Well, they've been caught. So that's my third demand. My fourth demand is about landlords. I think landlords, particularly in Britain, are vicious. They've been putting them in place piece by piece for years, but basically no one can own anything. We need the landlords to be returned on a loyal basis for the owner, provided it's got honestly at a fair price. Which brings me to the second thing, which is that the prices of land are not fair. They've been forced up by the estate agents, who of course all on commission. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of the estate agents, or at least cut them down, and make the prices more realistic. But above all, it should be a loyal. What you own, you own. End of story. And so all this business from Klaus Schwab, you will own nothing and be happy. Well, he can have that. That's his. But mine is mine. So a lot of this is to do with the law now. I think we should change foot a bit, not so much information war, but now go to lawfare. Basically all the law, particularly in Britain, is black magic. You think you're on trial, you think you're going for an ordinary legal case. That's not the law the judges are following at all. The stuff written in Black's Law Dictionary is simply, that's the rubbish, that's the diversion. The real law is black magic. It's all this magical stuff. Admiralty law and all that rubbish, if you look at it, that is black magic. So I'm going to learn that, and I think we should all find out what they've done to the sodding law. Because if you want to re-enfranchise the whites and sort out the wicked landlords, then you need to practice lawfare. You need to be able to go after these bastards in their own so-called courts and defeat them. Like so many knights errant facing down the dragon. So that's the situation. Those are my 4 demands. You sort the landlords out, or we will. That's it.